Hello everyone. Welcome to the first Wednesdays at noon session of the 2023-2024 academic year. Today, I'm pleased to introduce Jay Bhatt, Engineering Librarian, for the session Researching Information for Smart Cities and Global Sustainable Growth in Communities. Before we get started, I just want to remind you about a few housekeeping items. First, we are recording this session, and I will send a link to the video later this week so you can revisit the webinar at your convenience. We ask that you stay muted throughout the session, but you can enter any questions into chat and we'll discuss at the end. As you settle in, I want to mention a couple of other events we have scheduled. Our next Wednesdays at noon event is scheduled for Wednesday, October 18th, and that one will feature Health Sciences Librarian Janice Masood Paul, who will demonstrate how to access and create a biosketch using Science CV. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. And then on October 23rd, we kick off a series of Open Access Week events with a session featuring Assistant Dean and Associate Professor Garija Kaimal, who will discuss Publishing Without Borders, how the open access movement creates real world impact. Open Access Week continues on October 24th with Dr. Michael Bruno Jr. And on October 25th, the Libraries is proud to host keynote speaker Nick Shockey. And during our last Open Access Week session on October 26th, we will hear from Drexel professors Bilal and Kephart, who will discuss leveraging open access and online interactive applications to disseminate urban health research. I'll drop a link to our events calendar in the chat so you can read more about these, and we hope to see you there. And now, if we're all set, I will turn it over to Jay.
Thank you, Rachel, and thank you all for joining us. This particular topic of smart cities has always been of tremendous interest to me, and especially in today's world, a lot of interdisciplinary research is happening, and a lot of those public health or variety of engineering disciplines can work together on this. So that's why I thought about doing this talk. And in particular, you can see that it has applications in human-computer interaction, information security, cryptography, outsourcing, transportation, and so on. And therefore, it becomes absolutely critical for our faculty and students to learn about how to get up-to-date information using variety of tools and resources that we subscribe in our libraries. So a couple of objectives that I think that our participants will be able to accomplish after the completion of this session. So key information resources related to smart cities, how to obtain effective information, gathering information, evaluating information, and especially from the data perspective, because smart city is generating a lot of data, and we need to be able to find that data so that our researchers can improve upon those findings. And then, of course, the students will be able to use this for their information for various projects or even for assignments. And here is a link to our library homepage, link to our Smart City Library Guide, and we can also use our discovery platform Dragon Search to find articles, and give some examples of IEEE, Scopus, and Engineering Village to find research papers. And starting with McKinsey report, it defines smart cities as areas where the use of data and digital technology work with a global goal of improving the quality of life. And I have included a link to that site so that you will be able to explore further, deeply understand of how the smart city initiatives and projects are going to be critically important in urban environment. And some examples include smartphones and sensors capable of many different types of readings. Connect all these devices. Cities require a solid high-speed communication network and infrastructure. Before this city can become smart, it has to be connected. So it's absolutely critical that you have state-of-the-art connection technologies available. And we can use something like applications in intelligent transportation systems as well. So briefly introducing our library homepage, going to librarydrexel.edu, and this wide search box is, we call it our Dragon Search, which searches our ebooks, journal articles, and more. And usually our faculty and students can start our searching here before going into details using various in-depth databases that we have access to. and collections of library guides. Then you can see here that our library guides are available on variety of subject areas, including engineering, computing and informatics, and entrepreneurship as well. So some of these resources highlighted in these guides can be interdisciplinary, and they can be used even in public health and medicine as well. Uh, so you can see that smart city research and applications encompass variety of disciplines. And I'll start with our partial screenshot of a library guide smart city. And I give little tips here that if students are interested in developing background, they need to understand how to find books and chapters dealing with that. So then these are canned searches in which I am using filter. I'm filtering by book chapters. So if you click on this link here, smart cities or smart infrastructure, it's going to pull up all the book chapters from variety of books. And this is from the book section, and this is from the finding articles. So using Dragon Search again, how you can find peer review scholarly articles using Dragon Search. And one example of books on smart cities, here's a screenshot. You can see the active filters as book chapters. I'm saying that I'm not using add result beyond your library's collection, which means that whatever we are finding is available to our Drexel libraries. So for example, the book chapter Smart Cities and the Future Internet is available through this particular book, Future Internet Assembly. And see, it was even in 2011, they were talking about smart cities, and more recent chapters, like for example, this is from 2020, Smart Environment, Smart Cities is the chapter. So you can simply access just by clicking on those links, and it gives a good starting point for our faculty and students to start exploring how to find background information so that they have necessary knowledge to become further deep exploration of tools and projects and whatever they are interested in working on. We also have access to a number of electronic book collections like Access Engineering, ProQuest, eBook Central, Novel Academic Engineering, and a few others. And you can explore this collection as well. So I start with using Novel, for example, and again, I'm using my smart city as a keyword. And you can see the books like data infrastructure for smart cities, from smart grid to smart cities, and so on. And smart grid area is again very important in our telecommunication, electrical computer engineering, computing informatics, and even in urban transportation systems as well. So you can see the applications in variety of different areas. And then green blockchain technology for sustainable smart cities is a new book just came out in 2023. And here is an example from a screenshot of this book, Green Energy, Solar Energy, Photovoltaics and Smart Cities. So sustainability, energy, renewable energy, all of these can have some impact from applications of smart technologies. Integrating resilience and sustainability, bioenergy engineering, and these are new areas within that. And you can actually then go to a particular chapter that you are interested in looking at. So how do we find relevant keywords? One key thing that we would like our students and researchers to explore is generating a vocabulary of words so that they can use those words to find most relevant papers. European Commission on Smart Cities, they define cities using technological solutions to improve the management efficiency of the urban environment. So what kind of projects we can think about? So some examples could be sustainable urban mobility, updated water supply, efficient wastewater system, energy, information and communication technologies, business models, planning, IT, Internet of Things, and so on. And I just thought about using generative AI in applications of smart technologies. And I'm sure, and I just did a quick search and I'm finding a lot of articles about it. So that area can be also further explored later on. Especially generative AI can help us find a lot of data as well. So here I'm talking about our access engineering collection and smart grids. I'm just using as an example here, so you can find book chapters about smart grids and microgrids. There's a white paper on smart grid vision for India's power sector. So you can see how it can be globally. Many other countries are also involved in that. So global impact, as many countries in Europe or Asia or of course US, you are able to see these technologies enhancing with tremendous applications in that area, wireless sensor networks and so on. An example of this book, I guess, Standard Handbook of Electrical Engineers, available through Access Engineering. And there are some examples of what exactly smart grid systems, and these kind of chapters will help our students to explore and develop understanding of different topics. And this background is absolutely important for them to have. Now, using Dragon Search, I'm now using an example using Urban Intelligent Transport System, and I can filter by using peer review, so that I can, if students are interested in looking at peer review literature, they can at least find a starting point using our Dragon Search applications. So here is, I limited my search to 2015 to 2023, and this time I'm adding my results beyond our library collection. The reason being that even if we find citations or articles that we do not have access to, we can always get those through our interlibrary loan system. And here you can see the article here. There's an example of a book and so on. Conference paper article. So right now I am not filtering by document types. But if I do that, I can limit only to books, or I can limit to conference paper, or I can limit to journal articles. And there are subject terms also available. And we have on our tutorials website, number of tutorials are available on how to search Dragon Search, how to create citations, how to send those citations and to your team members by saving them in a favorite. So I'm not going to go in the details of how to search, because those are available on our tutorial website. And so this is how we can limit to peer-reviewed scholarly articles, active filters, peer review, and you can then also select material type. And one example of a paper that found using this approach is an open access paper published in 2023. So it's an open access paper, data collection analysis applied to intelligent transportation systems case study. And I strongly encourage all of you to look into various keywords as highlighted in this abstract, because this actually help you generate a vocabulary that you need and to refine your searches to find relevant papers. Public transportation, urban mobility, as we mentioned earlier. And then our library guide also provide access to different databases that we subscribe to. After getting some initial background or using our peer review literature using Dragon Search, I encourage you to go and explore further by our specific electronic databases like ACM Digital Library, ASCE Digital Library, for civil engineering, environmental engineering, with a lot of infrastructure here. And of course, we have Engineering Village, IEEE Explore, and ProQuest One Academic. Again, these are some sample ones, but we also have access to Scopus and Web of Science. So if you scroll down, you will find those databases. So how do we expand our research? Suppose we take the example of answer this question: what are some ways to tackle traffic congestion and urban growth in cities using machine learning and Internet of Things? So already there's a paper about machine learning came out here, and this time I'm using Engineering Village to find those papers. And one thing I want to point out here in Engineering Village is they have controlled vocabulary, and when you click on View More, you will be able to see a variety of keywords that were generated using this particular search. And this they will help you to refine and narrow down your search. So if I'm interested in finding articles that has Internet of Technologies, traffic congestion, urban growth, machine learning. I can add those terms and limit to. So my new set of results would include those papers here. So these are some citations that you found. And again, you can see the find it link from where it will take you to our libraries, access to papers. So if we have access to it, you will see full text link. If you don't, you can be able to put a request for an interlibrary loan article right from Engineering Village citations. And this is one conference paper, Evaluation of Modern Smart Cities in South Asian Countries. Again, this is from 2022, some abstract, and you can go into more details of it. And I strongly encourage you to look at the uncontrolled terms and inspect control terms within that record, so that you are able to again build your repository of keywords that you want to explore based upon your research interest areas. So you can say modern smart cities and smart cities framework and so on. And now I'm going to give you some example of a Scopus search. I'm sure many of you probably have access to this interesting database. And this is useful again because Scopus provides a lot of interdisciplinary articles from a variety of disciplines. So I did some experimentation starting with smart cities, cybersecurity in smart cities, and traffic management. So some examples of search results that we found. Again, we have a number of tutorials on Scopus available through their platform. So I strongly encourage you to go explore these tutorials before you dive deep into Scopus. And this is applicable for all different databases because each of these databases have provide advanced features that you need to become familiar with. And so some examples from Scopus. From Internet of Things and Cyber Physical Systems from 2024, Vehicular Communications from 2023, and then you just go to get it and find papers. And the same approach, if you do not have access, you can be able to go and submit requests right from Interlibrary. If you have access, you will be able to download those papers in your site. And I'm not going to go into details of business databases, but as I mentioned before, a lot of business partnership and collaboration happens from the entrepreneurship perspective as they know more and more innovative technologies are developed. It's important for you to explore some of these business databases. Also, I've included in the library guide under electronic database business section. Business Source Complete, ABI Inform, some examples. There are many others listed on that page. So I strongly encourage you to try those as well. And of course, many of our US cities have already initiatives about smart cities. And this is from Philadelphia's website. So if you just click on that link, it will take you to the Smart City Philadelphia website. There are various programs, departments, tools, publications available. Smart City of PHL uses data and technology to improve the lives of people who live, work, and visit our city. So there are a number of projects and resources available. There is a nice roadmap available that will explain different programs from the local inspired, innovative, collaborative, and equitable perspectives. And there's several resources that you probably want to explore them. Smart loading zones and permit navigator and so on. Even in New York City, they have some excellent website on New York Initiative from the Mayor's Office of Technology and Innovation. And this was even as of 2015. And that came from the Mayor's Office of Technology and diversity of ways technology can be connected, improve government agencies, better the lives of New Yorkers, communication, and so on. And greatest application being traffic systems, monitoring, also the information infrastructure there. And there are some examples that they have included in this guide. that you can download it from the link that I mentioned above. So you will see smart transport mobility applications, responsive traffic management, traffic signal prioritization, and smart energy environment with smart waste management, water quality monitoring. So our civil environmental engineering, architectural engineering can also find very useful. If you can see air quality monitoring data using smart technologies. IEEE, excellent initiative. They have IEEE Smart Cities website. So you might want to explore how smart city articles you can find and their initiatives using different member groups like IEEE Communication Society, IEEE Control Systems, IEEE Industry Applications, and Power Energy Society. So they have also Intelligent Transportation System Society. I strongly encourage you to explore those as well. And if you click on this link, they have a nice graphic that explains what makes a city smart. So you can see smart water applications, smart mobility applications, smart energy applications, smart food and agriculture, smart waste, and smart health. So you can see variety of different disciplinary areas that are connecting in the smart city applications. And this is a screenshot from IEEE Smart Cities. You can also join the initiative here. They have a resource center. They usually there's everywhere they have this something called IEEE Smart Cities Contest. Any city employees or government, they have guidelines on who can apply for this contest. So you can be, I think the conference is going to be happening, I think it happened in the last week of September, and that is where they were going to announce the awards, the winners of this contest. And many of you should have access to IEEE Explore. And I just did a quick search for smart power grids in IEEE, and you will see a lot of papers through conference papers and journal articles. You can also filter by open access only within that search results. So you will see a lot of conference papers and journal articles and magazine papers, even IEEE books provide access to a number of chapters on probably on smart cities related areas. And I want to briefly highlight this particular website, Urban and Regional Innovation Research from this university here. It is an international from Greek, I think. They have a nice explanation of smart city ontology and the software. And they have a new paper that was actually now not new, it's about in 2021, but 3 decades of research on smart cities. Strongly encourage you to have a look at it. It has a bibliometric analysis and science mapping. So you can see what different subject areas you can explore using this research. So you can have smart cities and Internet of Things, smart city architecture, smart grid, and sustainable cities and climate change, and so on. So you can see the universe of smart applications in variety of subject areas, which is continuously growing. And I think that it will continue to evolve as new and new technologies are coming up, data mining and generative AIs, machine learning, and so on. And some brief explanation about this laboratory. They want to explore interspace innovation technologies, and they have a research group working on smart intelligent cities, territories, and systems innovation. And here's a website where you can further dig in and explore it. And finally, I just do not want to miss the data part, data component, and how do we find data. And I just start with advanced Google search technique. Suppose I wanted to find recent data on urban intelligent transportation systems. So if I can limit to .org, then I eliminate all the .coms, and it will take me directly to an organizational website that provides such data. Or you can change it to .gov instead of .org. So you can find any data published by government agencies, for example. Many universities are already working on that research, and they probably have published their research on their website. So if you want to change to .edu, for any topic of related to smart cities, you can explore from the educational institutional perspective. So variety of ways you can find most relevant information, free information, quality information coming to you from such organizations. And some example here: how to promote urban intelligent transportation, design and research of urban intelligent transportation, integration of intelligent transport systems in urban environment, and so on. And World Bank has a toolkit for intelligent transport systems for urban passenger systems. So you might want to explore that as well. And this is the World Bank website, and you can simply explore a variety of things available through the transportation sector of the World Bank. And finding data, Google data search, datasearch.research.google.com, great way to find data here. And this time I'm exploring smart public health in dataset search, which takes us to the usage of smart health devices in the US in 2018. And remember, this was updated in 2022. So in 2023, when the data comes out, it could be more recent, but you can actually explore using Statista. And Statista is a subscription-based resource. So if you have a subscription to it, you can be able to get to it right into that complete set of data available through Statista. And we have a subscription to it, so our faculty students can go right into that to get more detailed analysis of data. And these are some of the web resources that I have used that you might want to explore here. IEEE Smart Cities, Smart Equitable City from the New York that I mentioned, 4 ways in which climate smart cities use green infrastructure to create resilience, and so on. So you can explore this as well. And I think Rachel is going to send out to you slides and the recording of the session once it is ready. So you might want to explore that as well. And this is my contact information. And my philosophy is very simple. I like to ask questions. I also encourage questions from our faculty and students and researchers. And that process of interactive dialogue really helps us to find and discover the appropriate resources they can use. So, and communication is key as well. So thank you so much for attending this session. I'm going to stop share and we can have some conversation. Thank you so much for attending this session.